Hello and welcome if this is the first time you've found these videos, or welcome back if you've seen some of the earlier ones. If you haven't seen the earlier ones, as always there's a playlist with them on if you follow the link back to my channel. This is the 8th of these videos following me as I take part in the 2023 Round Britain Rally. It's actually 3 trips compressed into one, but as they were all from home I think that's fair. Anyhow, you'll get 8 landmarks. So without further ado, on to the intro and the landmarks. Our first landmark is, ironically, one of the furthest from home. We're on our way to Dalton-in-Furness for the Cumbria 1 landmark. This is also a bog-off. Buy one, get one free. It's Dalton Castle and the Market Cross. The castle you see now is a 14th century construction, would also be known as a peel tower. It is thought that the invasion of the Scots between 1314 and 1346 might have necessitated replacing an older castle. There are not accurate records of its construction, but the records available and the architecture suggest it was built in the period between 1315 and 1360. It was in this building that the Abbot of Furness Abbey exercised his right to hold manorial courts. The building would have also contained a guard room and a jail. Following the dissolution of the abbey in 1537, the castle continued to be used as a court for over 300 years. Initially for the Crown, then for the Dukes of Albemarle, then for the Dukes of Montague, and then the Dukes of Buccleuch. It was given to the National Trust by the 8th Duke of Buccleuch in 1965. The Market Cross is a relatively modern one, but it is on the site of older crosses, and it was erected in 1869 or 70. In the video you can also see some seats. They are slab pillars with tile tops. Apparently these were once used as part of a fish market, but not on this site. Now then, how do? We're back again. This time we've gone west. We're in Cumbria, Dalton to be exact, and we've come to see the Market Cross and Dalton Castle. Yet again, under-rehearsed, under-researched, so we'll give you a bit more information when we know it, probably as a voiceover. But we've come all the way from the east coast to within a spit of the west coast. Have to turn around and go back again. See you soon. On to our second landmark, and we'd be staying close to the west coast as we headed north to Cumbria 3, a statue called the Walker. This was sculpted by Colin Telfer in 2007, and it's there to highlight the long distance path inspired by Alfred Wainwright. On the statue it lists St Bees, one end of the path, as 7 miles away, and Robin Hood's Bay, the other end, as 184 miles. That's only slightly less than my mileage to get home from there. Glad I wasn't walking it. Now then, how do? Back again. Still in the Lake District. Now we've moved a bit further north. Still quite close to the coast. I think if you look really carefully, the far side you can see the sea. Unfortunately, we're also next to a fairly busy road, so apologies if the road noise is bad. However, when the tractor's gone, what we've come to see is yon fella there. And this has been put up by the residents of Moor Row with help from some of the other villages and neighbourhoods, as you can see there. And it commemorates the coast to coast path, which is rather nice. Although a fella looks as he's a bit weather beaten, Well, that's not unusual on the coast to coast path either. So there we are, Moor Row, the coast to coast statue, and we'll see you again later. Bye for now. On we go to the third landmark of this collection. This was the last on that day, Cumbria 4. If you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that Cumbria 2 has gone AWOL. Fear not, it will make an appearance, just not in this video. Cumbria 4 is another bog-off. You get Brough Castle and Brough Castle tea rooms as part of the deal. Thinking of the castle, like many in the UK, Brough Castle has had a number of iterations. William Rufus, son of William the Conqueror, or as he was known, William the Bastard, built a Motte and Bailey castle here in 1092 on the site of a Roman fort. This was destroyed by the Scots in 1174 during the Great Revolt against Henry II. It was rebuilt after the war. After a number of trials and tribulations, the Clifford family took charge of the castle after the Second Barons' War. They extended and renovated the castle in 1260. In 1521, Henry Clifford held a Christmas feast at the castle, after which there was a major fire, and which destroyed the property. It remained abandoned until Lady Anne Clifford restored the property in 1659. This was all good until 1666, when another fire destroyed the property. It then declined and was stripped of its fittings and left to rot. In about 1800, the masonry began to collapse. It was given to the state in 1921 and is now run by English Heritage. The tea rooms are on the premises of a farm, right adjacent and slap bang against the edge of the castle. They are absolutely wonderful. They pride themselves on making all the products that they sell, and I can certainly vouch for the excellence of the ice cream. If you're in the area, do visit. Now then, how do? Back again. Now we're on a farm this time. It's a bit noisy because I think it's milking time, but hopefully you can hear me. And what we're here to see today is that. Here's Brough Castle and the ice cream parlour and tea room. And I will have to say, they have just done me a wonderful ice cream. And that was really good. Unfortunately, I just missed them because they closed at 5 o'clock. But I nearly missed them. It was only because of a really nice lady let me be served, and I actually got my ice cream, which is great. So that's the last one for me for today. So I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. For the fourth of this video's landmarks, we have a new day and a new direction. This time we're heading north to Durham, and the poem's an illustration at Noses Point. I was hoping to tell you more about why they were there, how they were commissioned, but I can't seem to find very much about it on the internet. I can tell you it was the site of Dordon Colliery. This closed in 1991, and the site has now developed into a remarkably tranquil area, given its heavy industry heritage. Now then, how do? We're back again. This time we're on a very windy Durham coast, just outside the town of Seaham, which is over there. You may just see in the distance, and we've come to see these poems. Now these poems were the work of Alec Finlay and Thomas A. Clarke, and they are mesotics, so they're made out of a name. That one, limestone. That one, sandstone. So there you go. And that's the view down the coast, which is rather nice. So that's the Durham coast, and that's us done for up here. So now it must be about time to have a bit of food, and we'll catch you later. Bye for now. We're on our way to the fifth landmark of the set, and the one closest to home. We're heading to the East Riding of Yorkshire and the Rudston Monolith. The monolith, the stone, stands 25 feet or 7.6 metres and is the tallest megalith or standing stone in the United Kingdom. It's approximately 5 foot 9 inches or 1.75 metres wide and 3 foot 3 inches or 1 metre thick. It's been dated as being erected in either the late Neolithic or early Bronze Age. The church was, as I said in the piece de camera, built on the site because it was a site of pre-Christian worship, which was not uncommon. Now then, how do? We're back again. And this time we've come to see another big sticky up thing. But this is a very old one. So this is in Rudston Church, in the East Riding of Yorkshire, and it's known as the Rudston Monolith. And as always, I'm under-researched, but we'll come back and do some voiceover and give you a bit more information about it. As far as I know, it's prehistoric, and the church was built here because it was a site of worship before. And I'm going to have to move further away so you can see all of it, because it's a big thing. When I first saw it, I really did like its little hat to stop it from getting washed away. But there you go, the Rudston Monolith. I'll just walk this way to give you another view, if I don't kill myself falling over the gravestones. And there we are. How wonderful. Right, see you later. Now on the way to the sixth landmark of this video, and the start of a new day. We're heading to North Yorkshire's first landmark, the Brompton Linen Workers Memorial. The memorial was unveiled in July 2011 and was provided by the Brompton Heritage Group. It consists of a central block of limestone, created by the sculptor Charles Smith, on an octagonal seat. This is the same shape and width as the old Wilford Mill chimney, and the base is built from bricks rescued from when the mill was demolished in 2003. The linen industry in Brompton dates from the late 17th century. One reason that linen weaving was so concentrated here is the presence of willow beck in the centre of the green. This ensures a high humidity which helps in the linen weaving process. Between 1660 and 1710, 4 houses possessed looms. By 1823, there were over 300 weavers in Brompton and 8 linen manufacturers. Sadly, these had all closed by the 1960s, unable to compete with cheaper materials from abroad and the adoption of synthetic cloths. Now then, how do? Back again. This time we're in Brompton, near Northallerton, North Yorkshire. And we've come to see that little thing, which if I walk over to it, you will see is a memorial to the linen workers of Brompton. In fact, the generations of linen workers of Brompton. Now, I'm sure there's a backstory to that, so I will find out more and do some research and let you know. But there's Brompton Village, a lovely green space, a river down the middle, and even a pub still, which is rare in this area. So there we are, memorial to the linen workers of Brompton. Tell you more later. Bye for now. On again to the penultimate landmark of this video, North Yorkshire's second landmark. This is described as a strange building, a microwave station disguised as a farm building. As you will see and hear in the piece to camera, the landmark is not in good condition. What I say next is presumptive, as there isn't anything about this particular site on the internet. However, microwave communications have several advantages and disadvantages. One of the primary disadvantages is that it is only usually operated within line of sight. An advantage is that their bandwidth, allowing a large amount of data to be transmitted. This meant that at various times they were an important television, telecommunications and data link up and down the country. However, I found several suggestions that these repeater stations, which is what I think this might have been, had become obsolete since the advent of fibre optic transmission of data, which happened in the 80s and the 90s. Well then, how do? Back again. So, we're now somewhere near Mazham. High Ellistring, I think, is the name of the hamlet we're near. And we've come to see this. It's described as a strange building. Looks like a farm building, but it's supposed to hide a microwave station. However, it's looking a wee bit second hand at the moment. In fact, I don't think it's long for this world. But there you go. A microwave station disguised as a farm building. Who'd have thought it? Right, onward. We'll see if we can get some more today. Bye for now. On to our 8th and final landmark of this trip, the Cross of Greet in Lancashire. Again, there's little information about this on the internet. Mostly it is described as the base of a cross from the medieval period. The suggestion is that a wooden cross would be fitted and secured in the socket on the top of the stone. Some say that the socket is too shallow and that it was a plague stone. These were usually located at the edge of towns and villages and had vinegar in a hollow at the top of a rock, so that money could be left there to pay for goods that were left by the side of the stone. That way the villagers didn't risk encountering anybody with the plague. And the idea was that the vinegar would purify or sterilise the money so that it was safe. I'd say that the current villages in that area were too far away for that to be true. Plague stones were often really just on the edges of towns and villages. One definite thing is it was the boundary between Lancashire County and West Yorkshire County until 1974. Now then, how do? You join me on a very, very windy Lancashire moor, and I've come to see that little fella. What, you might ask, is that? Well, it's called the Cross of Greet, but it's actually the base of a wooden cross. As you see, there's a socket hole there, and the wooden cross would be fitted in there. But as you can also see, we're right up on the tops, and what you can't see is it's blowing a hoolie. But a really, really lovely place to be. So there you go, the Cross of Greet, another landmark done. So we'll see you shortly. Bye for now. This is the end of this video, and this time I'm making my way down a different hill towards Scarbados. This is the drop down off Hummonby Wold. To keep you up to speed with how I'm doing with the rally at this point, I have completed all the landmarks in Wales and all but 2 in Englandshire. If you can think which 2 I've yet to visit, leave a comment below. I do have the whole of Scotland to do too. The remaining landmarks were done as a single trip, but as there are 19 of them, I'll make 2 videos of it. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. If you'd subscribe and hit the notification bell, that'd be fab too. Meanwhile, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.